If I could describe my experience at IU in one word, it would be life-changing. The person who I came into IU as is completely different from the person that I'm leaving. And that comes from the communities I've been involved in, the people that I've met, the things that I've seen, the things that I've experienced. There is so much to find at IU, and I truly believe even if you think there's nothing here for you, there is so much for you. And because of that, IU's been life-changing.
If I had to sum up my experience at IU in one word, I think it would be gratitude. And the reason why it's gratitude is because, as I alluded to earlier, there's so many people that have helped me and my peers become the people we are today. I'm so thankful for my opportunity to be at IU, and I'm a very proud alum in a couple months.
When I think of student involvements I've really enjoyed, 4 come to mind. So firstly, IU Dance Marathon. I was a part of that throughout all my 4 years at IU, and actually 4 years at Carmel High School. So I've been a part of the Riley Foundation campaign for the last 8 years, and I was on the morale committee all throughout college, and it's been such a great experience. I got to meet some of my best friends and raise money for kids, which is a win-win. I also have served on a lot of the pre-law organizations on campus, so that includes the Black Law Student Association, where I serve as the vice president, as well as Phi Alpha Delta, the law fraternity, and I am the diversity, equity, and inclusion chair. So it's been very awesome getting to meet other pre-law students and kind of just letting them know that there's so much to do with the world of law and just putting them onto so many new opportunities. And then also this year, I got to serve on the 102nd Board of EONS, which is President Witten's advisory group. And it's been great being able to be with 11 of some of the brightest student leaders on campus, and I've really enjoyed that as well. I'm also a part of the Diversity and Inclusion Actuary and Advisory Committee at Indiana University, and so just being able to work with other people that I would have never normally worked with, such as I've had committee members who are deaf, committee members who are blind, and it really just reminds me that, you know, everyone has a place in this world, and doing all that we can to help is the #1 thing we have to do.
I've been very, very fortunate in my time here at IU to get involved in many different initiatives, both student-facing and faculty-led as well. Me and my vice president, when we came in, Ignore, she's been the best partner I could have asked for. We focused on looking at diversity initiatives for the student body specifically, filling in the gaps of where administration or faculty are unable to touch. So looking at the out-of-classroom experience, so things like having a suit to wear for an interview for a club or even for a job. And thanks to the efforts of the Dean's Office, Kelley Student Government, and of course the Alumni and Career Service offices, we were able to get about $65,000 worth of clothing, and we were able to give that clothing away to about 500 people. And that clothing now is used for internships, it's used for club interviews as mentioned earlier, and the greatest part is every so often we now get notes from students that were affected saying, "Thank you so much, I got this opportunity, and it's all because of a starting point of wearing this type of clothing." So it's things like that that have been really, really motivating to hear for not only me, but the next administration of Kelley Student Government to work on. Something else that's been a big focus for us is trying to create more representation within the school. So we have about 90 student organizations, and a lot of them do a lot of different things. And with so many organizations, there's a lot of different leaders that are also focusing on different components of school, whether professional, academic, experiential, diversity. And to do that and to fund their initiatives, we advocated with the program chair and the dean's office to get a double increase on our student government budget. And this has enabled us to have multiple initiatives this year that had to do with women's initiatives as Kelley's population and demographic has changed. And with Kelley's demographic changing from about 1 out of every 3 students being women to about now 1 out of every 2, we wanted to have more emphasis on women programming. So our $120,000 budget, about 50% of that went to funding women's organizations specifically. The other 50% went to holding initiatives that have been occurring for the past 2 years, like diversity initiatives on redlining, diversity initiatives for how to break into high finance careers that might not have as much representation. So that's been something we've been very lucky to work with both clubs like the real estate program here at IU, and then also some more debt financed clubs and things like that.
I think the legacy that I want to leave after I leave IU is the fact that someone can look at me, a Black first-generation student, and see that they can make Bloomington their oyster. I want them to know that there are so many opportunities that you might not think are for you, are in fact for you. I hope to be a poster child for success. I hope someone can see me and see that, you know, I may not look like someone or the stereotypical person who is to succeed and do exactly that.
To speak upon my legacy is really difficult because, as I said earlier, it's a building of every single experience I've not only had before college, but all the people that have supported me here at the university. So again, whether that's at the president's office level, the provost level, the dean's office, staff, faculty, program chair, my peers, there's so many people that I have to thank for the accomplishments I have today. And the legacy that I and everyone who I've worked with hopes to leave behind is that giving back is really important. So my legacy for me is I hope to leave back a culture of giving back, one, and two, a culture of appreciativeness for everyone who's been helping us as students become the people we are when we're seniors or juniors or even when we graduate.